What's up, Tamer? We are back with more Trove, and today we're going to be highlighting the Curio Merchant's costumes. This guy looks like he's wearing a diaper. So we've got the Curio Merchant costumes. Last video that I did highlighting this highlighted all of the costumes he had, but unfortunately this character focuses on time-gated content, or more particularly FOMO, fear of missing out, because you'll see that he's going to sell these items for 5 more days, 12 more days, 26 more days. Essentially, when these 2 items cycle out, there's going to be 2 new costumes that'll be added here. And then once you have all of the costumes, that's when you can unlock this costume. So I'll have another video in the future that'll end up highlighting those other costumes as they're added to the game. But for today, I wanted to highlight these just because I thought that it was worthwhile. Now, the thing is that these costumes, as you can see, are fairly expensive. I often don't buy stuff out of the Curio Merchant just because of how expensive it is. But I will say that costumes are something I'll almost always go out of my way for. However, just to put into perspective how ridiculous this costs, clearly, they are throwing items that would otherwise be in a store pack into the Curio Merchant, and I do not like that practice. Clearly, you know, they're working on me, but I'm a content creator, so I have an excuse to actually get these. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't even bother. My point being is we just spent 2,000 credits on that, right? And that just gave us a couple costumes and a little bit of mastery, versus the current pack that's in the game for 225 credits, and it gives us amount, a bunch of different allies. Like, it gives so much more things. The value is just so much higher versus something like this. You know what I mean? But anyways, let's move on here. So we've got, first of all, the knight costume. Excuse that my knight is invisible. I have him invisible because of mods that I use because of, well, because when I'm trying to do videos and stuff, do I really, what? Oh, okay. I thought that I had another crystal sword just lying around. But anyways, I make my knight invisible for screenshots of mounts and junk like that. But yeah, so here we go. We've got a penguin critter in our Discord. He basically just finally ended up getting added into the game. This is actually a very, very cool costume for the knight. I like it. It's stupid, and I love the weapon style. Like, that's something that I would just use. It's just die, fish, but as like its own weapon, you know? Now, do we have unique VFX? Doesn't seem like it. I mean, it's the knight, so of course we don't have unique VFX. What about if I end up, you know what? Our cooldown's already about to hit, so let's just use our ult. Probably gonna be a blue shield, I'm gonna say. Yeah, but we've already seen that on other costumes, so that's not that big of a deal. Either way, absolutely love that one. Then we've also got the Possum Costume, which is a Dino Tamer costume. This one should be a little bit more interesting. First of all, he looks disgusting. Like, I like it just because, like, look at him. Like, he looks so evil. I don't know why he's got a nail gun or an SMG. He also has an ammo belt around him and just looks disgusting. There's something about him that really, like, these animal costumes really remind me of one of my favorite games back in the day, which was Space Station Silicon Valley, an amazing N64 game that was actually made by Rockstar before they were known as Rockstar. I have a series on it, albeit it's very, very old. Let's see what our net is going to end up looking like. So it's just a normal net. Our projectiles are giant bullets. I assume that's what that is. Our little babies is another giant rat. Beautiful. Let's see if we can get all of them to end up spawning. Oh my god, a flying bat one. That's kind of disgusting. And where's the rhino? Oh, it's just a normal rat. And then what am I walking on? Oh my god, I'm on a mech. Dude, that's such an inventive, cool costume. Legit. I love that. That's great that he's just got mechanical legs. Like, what the heck, man? That's awesome. Okay, that might be one of my favorite Dino Tamer costumes. At least these ones are worthwhile, you know? And then we've got a Shadow Hunter costume. You know how much I love my Shadow Hunter, which, by the way, I just want to mention very briefly. This costume that I'm always using on my Shadow Hunter is the Renewus costume, which more than likely will end up showing up in a month or so. Usually it arrives around New Year. I'll have a video that'll highlight that when it goes live. But let's see the squirrel costume. I'm not a big fan of squirrels, honestly speaking. It's still a cool costume though, and I like that the bow is like nuts. It actually changes the projectile color, so that's interesting. I wasn't really expecting that. The number 1 is going to, of course, be an acorn. I like that. I'm not using my cooldown one, but whatever. We'll try that in a second. I don't know what my seekers would end up being, and I don't really care. Either way, it's a pretty cool costume. And then the ultimate actually has unique VFX as well, so that's really interesting as well. Huh. So yeah, there's of course going to end up being the Serenading Songbird, which is a bard costume, I think. Yeah, it doesn't seem to say, but I assume it's a bard just because, you know, he's playing an instrument. We'll see what the other costumes are going to end up being when the update, or when the next costumes end up going live. Of course, I'll probably end up making individual shorts highlighting each of these costumes as well. And I took the hint from my last short videos that showed stuff like that, where I'm going to have in the description of the shorts where you actually get them, just because I know that people can end up being a bit confused just because it being a short means it's laser focused to show you stuff and move on. Either way, cool stuff. Smash like on the way out and have a wonderful day, everybody.